I was sick of being weak.
So you had to go out and fuck all the guys. Do you feel stronger now?
I didn't fuck all the...
Scenario. And too much for a first time. Which, too...
Alright, what are we doing? Yo, Wuhan's back. Let's go. Our favorite style. Our favorite style.
I just want like a charming, cozy, comfy spot for a bedroom. Like I just want somewhere that is really gonna remind me of home. Oh my god, just like home!
Sweet.
Brown cod on the floor. What more could a girl want? Glad we got that out of the way. We've got about 2 hours till sunset. So in the meantime, we've got some more tasks to do. Let's go have some fun. What the hell is that? That shit is not from planet Earth. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Look at the size of it. Hello? I just came outside because that was scary. I heard very distinct footsteps in there. And I called out because I'm hoping that maybe there's just some staff in there or something, but nobody answered. So I don't know what that was, but I'm still gonna go upstairs. I only left for like 10 seconds and now the roach is gone. I feel like I'm being lured. I wanted to keep it as a pet. I'm just looking for somewhere with a little bit of drywall where there might be some mice living, and I think this is as far as I need to go. I don't think it's very necessary to traverse down that hallway there. I don't think that'll be necessary. I'm gonna set up right here. I'm not entirely sure how to set one of these traps, but I feel like I'm motivated to learn. How do I do this?
We must conjure a treat for the beast.
Cheese on wheat is a succulent and affordable option with a wonderful bang for your buck. Don't eat that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go set this thing down the hallway, but actually, I've worked up my courage now. Let nature take its course. Have you ever wondered how long you could endure being locked in a room with Instagram Reels brain rot, with pre-existing paranoia and mental health issues? That makes 2 of us. Let's find out.
Oh my God!
Welcome to Sayers School.
I still have
I need to buy a gun.
Can I still have like my little tip jar thing? The jar.
We need some exercise. It's still a little bit light outside. Let's go golfing.
Let's go golfing.
We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers.
R.I.P. George Bush. You ain't dead
Now watch
when
this
he dies,
bride.
so no, it's not soon. Right.
I don't want to say this name anymore.
No, it's not really. Right.
All that exercises made me so sweaty. I wish there was a way to cool off. Oh my god, look! A nuclear facility's cooling pool! How opportune! Depth check. It'll do. I'm getting spore vibes, mold vibes, brain-eating amoeba vibes. But what is started must be finished. I'm like shaking. My legs are shaking a little bit because I know that if a certain part of my body touches these waters, we're gonna need an antibiotic at the very least.
Three could be good. There's not much extra.
Hello?
Yeah, still pretty good.
I can't be in here anymore. I don't know how to get out. I'm so fucking scared right now.
I don't give a fuck. Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't.
So what I find really interesting is this water could be probably, let's see, when was 1970? At least 200 years ago. This water could be at least 200 years old. And it's been stagnant this whole time. I think I'm the first human being to move this water in at least 400 years. I feel like if even a piece of my skin were to touch this water,
Okay, so I probably
it's probably
want
going
to
to
now, so let's just do
melt my
that.
skin off.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Honestly, who knows if this is even water? This could have been hydrochloric acid. It could be plutonium water. It could be uranium water. It could be a lot of things. It could be piss and poop and shit. Maybe all three at once. If you're wondering what the point of this video is, me too. I have no clue why I'm doing this. Like, there's just not really an end goal or a motive to this video. But above all, if I don't do it, who will? You know? Somebody's gotta do it. Somebody's gotta do it. My curiosity is even places that you wouldn't even go with a gun. I genuinely went through hell setting this up, and now, like, I have no idea what to do in here. I think I want to go home
Maybe I
now.
should have
Oh my god, my
dropped
toes.
other shit so we could.
Oh, my toes.
fuck
Guys,
with
do
it.
not swim in the water at the Savannah River site. I can't move my arms. I gotta get out of here. Run! Okay, a few hours have passed now, so I think it's time to go check up on the traps and see if we caught a friend yet. Also, Mega Roach is still in the same spot, just playing and having fun. Aww.
I had a feeling. We have to do to kill it.
Not one either. It's been like
just
6
smack it down.
hours.
That's fine.
Okay. I guess I'm not the masturbator that I thought I was. Since the rats and the mice want to be ungrateful, I'm sure there are struggling creatures downstairs who appreciate a home such as this. Do I even have to tell you what I'm about to tell you?
Yeah, fuck, let's do that. Huge. The rush is nice. Lifesteal rush. That is actually really good.
I got it! Ha-ha! He's so big, you can feel the cage vibrating. He's so cute! Aww! Aww! What do we name you? Heroin! Anyways, we're gonna take heroin and have some fun. She's not moving. Erin! Hello? Wake up, baby. Whew. There she is. It is 2:05 in the morning and 90 degrees. I don't think my clothes have been dry for more than 10 minutes today. I am dying of hunger. Anyways, shall we? Elbow Mac and Marie, let us replenish our bodies. Oh, she's eating too. Look, she's eating her biscuits. On the menu today, the main entree, of course. This is the elbow mac. Delicious. Some smoked barbecue almonds. Mango peach applesauce, fire. Chocolate protein drink powder, which I'm... Strawberry jam. I know what that means. That means we're getting peanut butter and bread too. Sliced wheat bread. Peanut butter.
Totally good. Big ups to Wuhan. Big ups to Wuhan.
Ta-da! Yum.com. I think this one's a bit too, like fresh for my taste. You hate to admit it, but my body craves the expired ones. My body craves the solidified MREs that I'm used to.
Probably still good. Oh, wait, no, that didn't do it. Read. But I could just sort of trigger that. What mix do we have? I think we do just like that, don't we?
I can't do it. I can't. The heat and the grime and the germs and just the mold, the mildew, the giant roach, everything right next to me. I can't do it. I looked at her and I almost threw up. I'm sorry. I'm going to bed. You know, it's been a long day. Heroin's tired. I'm tired. But I did get this EMF reader. I've never used one before, but apparently...
Heroin, the cockroach.
What is this for? Why did I get this? I don't remember. Look at Heroin. She's so happy. Good night, Heroin.
What? For that turn only. So that was probably a waste of fuel. Well, don't have anything else I can use to hit it. He needs to kill me, I don't think he can.
Fuck this, I'm over it. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. I went in there with no plan and I just wanted to play and have fun. If you're new here, hi, my name's Lehan. I love you. Follow me on Instagram, please. As I come back to YouTube, the new goal is going to be monthly or bi-weekly videos. I think that is pretty manageable. Let's give some life updates. I moved, I got this knee surgery, and the skin on my knee, like, it always itches, but like I also can't feel it. It's this really weird like phantom limb syndrome, but for knee skin. I don't know. Has anybody else had this? I got the nussy now. Yeah, what else? Oh, I had to stop wearing my retainers. Basically, don't ever get Invisalign, because sometimes it'll fuck your teeth up. So now,
Yo!
just got back from SHOT Show. I think I'll turn that into a video for you guys. Got some really cool, exciting stuff coming up later this month too. Well, February, because this will be posted in January. Holy fuck, it still itches. Also, I'm still in the Army. I just extended my contract for another 2 years. I'm in depth. You can drag my cold, lifeless body out of this organization. I ain't leaving.
That's, yeah, like 3. books of fanfics. Right, I get it.
That might be a little strong. 2 weeks ago, I asked my audience through Reddit who has the worst stream setup. The worst computer, the worst battle station, I guess the worst room, the worst everything, because we want to look at them, we want to rate them, we want to laugh at them. But ultimately, I would not make you embarrass yourself unless I was offering something. The worst setup will be receiving a free state-of-the-art computer from Starforge Systems. Thank you, Starforge, for sponsoring the stream and doing that for us. Without further ado, we have Booty Swagga and Cyan went through, and they picked out all around either most interesting, annoying, grossest, best, whatever it is. It's a wide variety they picked out. So we have 40 to get through. So we have a tier list set up here with all the numbers 1 to 40. And we're going to start simple and slow here. With the first person, I have to open all 3 images first. This could go anywhere. Booty has said there is some stuff in here that's going to be hard to look at. I'm going to try not to be that mean to you guys, okay? I'm going to try to be nice. All right, here is Boonevo's setup. We have the room, the setup, and the PC. Let's take a look. Here is the room. Oh, all right. Okay, this is what we're starting with. If this is already enough for people to be grossed out, I think we're in trouble. What is happening here? Do you have a power cord system going out the window? All right, let's give him a chance. Let's see the setup.
Your YouTube videos.
Oy. Oh, I might need another shot.
You know he slapped the t-shirt on the chair to hide the shit stains.
Is this your computer? What is this? I have never seen a desktop like this. Ooh, this might be a front runner already. I mean, listen, this is messy, but I'm not.
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen this.
The Shoe on Head channel. I am your host, Shoe on Head. You may know me on Reddit as generic far-right Fox News bigot. Or perhaps you know me as Commie Mommy. You people need help. Anyway, my last few videos about the election got a lot of attention, as well as brought a lot of new people to the channel. So everyone say hello to the new people. Please welcome the new people. Please be polite to them. Educate them on what to expect here. Just don't tell them about the contraption. But not all the attention I got from my election videos was good attention. So I've decided today I am going to respond to those critics. I figured it's been a while since I actually responded to a response that I've gotten on YouTube. It's very old school, very 2012 YouTube. All I need is a rant Sona and I'm set. So that is what we're going to do today. I'm going to respond to criticism, rationally and calmly. I will be reacting to people's reactions of 2 different videos of mine, America is in Shambles and Downfall of the Democrats. If you haven't seen those videos, I will put them down in the description so you have more context. I highly suggest you watch them before you watch this video. Pause this video, go watch them. Don't worry, I will be right here. I've been here for 10 years. Will I be doing this in 10 more years? Will I be a 43-year-old e-girl?
Like, why did I take that?
I guess we'll wait and see.
There was no benefit. My bad. I thought I got something when I traded.
So what has happened since my last video?
So that was a stupid
well, Biden is gone. He is out of office. He has somehow completed a 4-year term, which means, that's right, Dave Rubin has to retire.
If Joe Biden completes a 4-year term, actually completes a 4-year term, I will retire.
Really early.
It also means, once again, Trump has been inaugurated. And this time, all our favorite characters were there. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Jeff Bezos' wife's tits, Mark Zuckerberg. Frankly, it's disgusting seeing billionaires so openly and brazenly support our government officials. They should be doing it behind the scenes like they've been doing for decades. Ladies and gentlemen, the elites have officially bent the knee. And it seems with the popular vote came the sudden and long overdue death of woke capitalism. Rest in piss. Although I never did get to try those gay Oreos. You don't know what you got till it's gone. The inauguration was a beautiful celebration for Republicans, full of joy and whimsy, and a complete humiliation ritual for the Democrats. Bye, Joe. Thanks for all the fucking nothing. Your legacy will be having dementia, aiding a genocide, and handing the country over to Donald Trump on a silver platter. Executive order after executive order, pardon after pardon. Trump got to work enacting his mandate on day 1. But even as all this is happening, Trump seems to be on this bizarre side quest to conquer Canada and Greenland. But if we're gonna annex Canada and make it great again, can we at least get their health care? without the wait times or the assisted suicide? Can't there just be a normal healthcare system that doesn't put you in debt or offer to kill you if you are in debt? Speaking of healthcare, an Italian-American Tucker Carlson fan from New York murdered a healthcare CEO.
In my opinion,
and it wasn't me. His name is Luigi Mangione, and he's currently the most thirsted after man in the world. Ugh, women are so cooked, dude. Why can't they just be normal and make fan cams of the Unabomber like me?
Come on.
Now, I don't condone murder.
Yeah.
That's it, I don't condone murder. Murder is bad.
Because I was getting Mossies in.
But honestly, I don't even know what killing a healthcare CEO even does. It's a job position. The job position will be filled again. The goal should be to get rid of the job position altogether. But it's really depressing that it took this for a conversation about the absolute scam that is the American health insurance system to go mainstream. Lord knows I've been shouting about it for long enough. But you know who doesn't need healthcare anymore? Jimmy Carter.
You just want to put it in the outside
because
fridge, maybe.
He died at the ripe age of 100, and I know what you're thinking. Vaxxed? But at his funeral, we all saw this.
So that does that, which is kind of nice.
He's Hitler! He's Hitler! He's Hitler! He's Hitler! Oh, hey, buddy. I'm sorry, I seem to recall this man scolding the black community for voting for a racist, sexist, fascist. And here he is, chatting it up with that very racist, sexist, fascist. Gee, it's almost like they don't fucking believe it. Like, the Biden administration literally just named an aircraft after George W. Bush. George W. Bush. The literally Hitler from 20 years ago. In 20 years, we're going to have like a Navy fleet named after Trump. It's all fake. It's all big fake gay club and we're not in it. At the end of the day, these people would rather see the country burned to the ground than actually help the citizens in it. Literally.
Breaking now at 11, 16 people confirmed dead in the California wildfires. New fears the massive fires will only continue to grow.
There's no water coming out of the fire hydrant.
What do you mean you ran out of water? You're California! You're next to the goddamn Pacific Ocean, for fuck's sake! It was getting so bad, people were using almond milk to put out the fire. California moment. Thousands of people have lost their homes, lives were destroyed, but thankfully the Biden administration sent $20 billion to rebuild California. That's amazing. Just kidding, that was for Israel. But thankfully Trump has frozen foreign aid for 90 days.
That's really
Except for
good.
Israel. How are the Democrats doing since losing to Trump? Are they taking a step back and reevaluating their tactics and their platform? Are they looking for a real populist candidate to put up for 2028? What is their plan? Oh, god damn it.
Cool.
So let's get into these responses I got to my videos, shall we? Okay, I searched shoe-on head reaction and I'm scrolling through these videos and it's like anime girl, anime girl, anime girl, anime girl, anime boy.
I'm still sick with it.
Anime girl, anime girl, anime girl. I feel like I'm scrolling through the porn history of the average shoe-on-head fan. Oh, by the way, I will link the videos I react to in the description down below, so you can watch the full videos, the full criticism if you want to. But if you do go to any of these people's channels, please be normal in the comments. We are all just people who have different opinions at the end of the day. If you have the urge to call them like a libtard soy boy cuck in the comments, write instead, "You are a fine, distinguished gentleman. Have a wonderful afternoon." See? It's not that hard to control our anger.
This is a 17.5-minute video from a rich white person talking about how both parties are the exact same.
What a fine, distinguished gentleman. I hope he has a wonderful afternoon.
Who is her main audience? It's going to be all conservative types. Every single one. Every single one of these centristy people, their audiences are always conservatives. 100% of the time. Every single time. All of them.
Centrist type people. Okay, all right. Destiny has said that Kamala Harris is to the left of him on economics. Kamala Harris. That technically puts Destiny to the right of me on econ. Destiny has opinions that fall to the left and right of where I'm standing. I have opinions that fall to the left and right of where Destiny is standing. So, who is the centrist here? Or is centrism when you're a YouTuber who makes fun of both sides? And yeah, sure, sorry lefties and liberals and Democrats in my audience, you don't exist. You're all Republicans now. Take your complimentary Trump hat and liberal tears mug. Also, as a left-wing YouTuber, shouldn't having right-wingers in your audience kind of like be the goal? Who are you making content for if not? Do you just want to preach to a choir? If you want to watch someone who agrees with you 100%, just talk to a fucking mirror. I don't understand this criticism. I like that there are people with diverse opinions in my audience. It's so freeing. I'm not audience captured. I can say I want to bring back Ronald Reagan from the dead so I can kill him with my bare hands, and the right-wingers in my audience would just be like, haha, she's so funny. It's nice we can listen to alternative viewpoints. I can fix her. Frankly, I know for a fact a lot of left-wing channels would kill for the audience demographic I have. Are you kidding me? How do we reach young men on the right? How do we get young men to listen to us? Skill issue.
It's hard for me to know, bro. I honestly can't tell with a lot of these people. I wish I could just get them in a room and get them like shit-faced and we could just like have a conversation where it's like, do you understand, like, you know that like all your fans are conservative, right? You know that like everything you do is conservative, right? Can you tell that? Are you aware of that?
Okay, first of all, getting drunk with Destiny and having him all up in my face like, you know you're a conservative, right? You know your audience is conservative, right? Sounds like a fucking nightmare. I think I would throw up and cry. This is all especially funny coming from someone like him, who's also constantly called a centrist and a right-winger and a Nazi because he has opinions that fall outside of the left-wing internet bubble. Like, I have seen people say these exact criticisms of Destiny, that his audience is full of incels and right-wingers. You know, Destiny, at the end of the day, we're not so different, you and I.
People like Tim Pool I know are intentionally lying, 100%. But for somebody like this, like all of the other centristy types that get swept up in the middle that end up just being like mass conservative propagandists, I'm not sure.
What? I'm sorry.
So she is...
Mass conservative propaganda? I'm so tired of defending myself like this, though. Frankly, I've seen what makes someone a progressive to these people. So I don't really mind when they call me conservative. I'll take it, Destiny. Conservative, centrist, whatever. Someone did die. One of the bullets hit Corey Comparator as he was protecting his family. It's one thing to make fun of a failed assassination attempt, even a successful assassination attempt on a politician. If we can't mock or criticize the people in power, there is an issue. But it's another thing to mock a innocent Trump supporter that died. The guy didn't have any power. He wasn't a politician. He was just a dude. I don't like...
He wasn't just a dude. He was a guy that was posting a ton of inflammatory shit on his social media, who was at a rally for one of the most inflammatory candidates of all time, but...
A dude wasn't just a dude and deserved to die because he posted inflammatory shit online? My brother in Christ, you do that. I do that. We all do that. All right, I'm done with this one. I'm done. I don't know what I expected. I honestly expected better. I did not expect this. Hopefully the next person is more sane. So let's go.
This is called America is in Shambles. I'm excited to see what this is.
Build Back Better? Agenda 47? Let me introduce you to the Shoe New Deal. Bring back the red Pizza Hut cups.
What is this video? Is this just, are we just gonna be like, America's in shambles and we're just gonna, I'm a shit poster, I don't care because nothing affects me. Right, like it's just like disaffected beams or something? This is what we're doing?
I love how he's so confused about the concept of an opening skit. I don't understand. Where's the 500 paragraphs of text? I've been very busy, as some of you know now, and as some of you guessed, I have recently had a baby. And as it turns out, that takes up a lot of your time. And
Ugh.
Wait, why did he go, ugh? Why did he go, ugh? Nearly 40-ass-year-old man. Come on, Jake. Tick-tock. Time to settle down and have some children. Those sperms are drying up.
Not saying that it's like a... Just like 40's not that much.
He's winning.
Now.
I shit.
Oh yeah, he's winning.
No, no.
Bullet just grazed his ear because he turned at the last second to look at some immigration chart. Being racist literally saved his life.
Actually made that comment.
There's a lesson in that.
There's a lesson in being racist.
To call a woman gross.
Cool, dude. Like she lampshades that's just a joke. Wink, wink. And then like the dumbass Zoomer Coomer that's in her comments down here does not think she's joking. Thinks she's dog whistling, which she is. And is totally like, yeah, I love being racist. Being racist is good. It makes me survive bullets or some shit now.
Oh no, I'm going to influence vulnerable Zoomers into believing racism makes them bulletproof. What are you saying, bro? The dog whistles. The dog whistles. Call a fucking joke. There's no dog whistle. There's no mask. It's a joke. It's a joke about racism, yes! Somehow knew that roof would be unguarded, laid down and aimed a rifle at the former president without being noticed. This was insane incompetence. Or they let it happen.
Oh my god, and now she's doing conspiracy theories? She watches Fox News now all the time. You can see it.
I'm leaning more towards the former because if you look at our bridges and airplanes, America's in shambles. First of all, why the fuck would I watch Fox News? Tucker Carlson isn't on there anymore. Also, I love how he paused before I finished my sentence. Said a thing he thought epically owned me, then unpaused, and I continued and said the opposite of what he thought I would say. His fan fiction of me that believes in Fox News conspiracies turned out not to be real. The man is out here fighting ghosts. He's fighting his schizophrenic thoughts. He took too much cough syrup and I appeared in the corner of his room talking about Fox News. People were laughing about how some of the cops protecting Trump were women and like, come on now, that's sexist. They were making these awful memes like this.
What?
So, and then you just do the sexist joke. You go, that's sexist, but I don't care. You know what you're doing, dude.
Yes, I do know what I am doing. I am making jokes. I am making jokes about sexism and racism. Yes. Again, no mask, no dog whistles. I am blatantly just saying these things. White Women for Harris meeting raised millions.
What did she actually say?
Like, news. People were laughing about how some of the cops protecting Trump were women and like, come on now, that's sexist. They were making these awful memes like this.
All right.
So, and then you just do the sexist joke. You go, that's sexist, but I don't care. You know what you're doing, dude.
Yes, I do know what I am doing. I am making jokes. I am making jokes about sexism and racism. Yes. Again, no mask, no dog whistles. I am blatantly just saying these things. White Women for Harris meeting raised millions, broke Zoom. But when I want to have a whites only meeting, I'm called a racist.
Wow, cool, dude.
Bro.
That's a really sick fucking KKK joke you have there.
This guy isn't even debunking anything. He's just like, you made a joke. Okay? And? You are in the wrong neighborhood. That doesn't work here. We have fun here, sir.
Boyfriend writes her scripts, that joke confirms it, dude. It's so bad.
A woman making a joke? I bet her boyfriend wrote that. Wow! Sexist much? Dog whistle? Also, kind of a random tangent, but like, I've gotten this actually unironically in like innocent ways. Like, who writes your stuff? Give props to your editor. I write my own stuff. I edit my own stuff. I've been doing it for 10 years. I still use iMovie to edit. I do have an assistant who helps me get sponsorships and edits the sponsor segments. But if I could hire anyone to do anything, it would be to be the person in front of the camera. That is my least favorite part. I love writing. I love editing. I hate this. Maybe I'll just pull a Daily Wire one day and do a little switcheroo and replace myself with someone else. I'll just tell Moist Critical to shave his beard. None of you will know the difference. Basically, if I could be a VTuber, I would. And I'd give myself pink hair and big anime titties.
Based.
Alright, moving on. One of the bullets hit Corey Comparator as he was protecting his family. But there were people like mocking this, which is insane to me. Like, it's one thing to make fun.
Well, he was a racist, so he caught a bullet for no fucking reason at a hit, like a, Trump rally, right? It's like being upset the Nazi guy hit the Nazi rally, right?
Oh my god, they're all justifying it. An innocent Trump supporter that died.
He's not innocent, actually. He went to a Trump rally, supported Donald Trump publicly.
Am I going insane? I'm crashing out, bro. I'm crashing out.
If you were a better person, you wouldn't be at a Trump rally. You feel me? So, yeah.
If you were a better person, like me, a person who thinks people who disagree with me should be shot and killed, then this wouldn't have happened. Unreal! Okay, on to the last response to this particular video. Let's hope this guy is a little better.
Welcome to America is in Shambles by Shoe on Head. So Shoe on Head is a person that exists. If you don't know who Shoe on Head is, she basically postures herself as a centrist.
I literally call myself a left-wing What? Also, I didn't know they made a Vosh too. Who is this guy? Alec Gunter. Shoe on Head's brain-dead election analysis.
I can see it.
She seems more centrist, but left-leaning people. Used to be in favor of Bernie Sanders, but kind of went full populist.
Bernie is a populist, so this makes no sense. Oh, she used to like Bernie, but now she's more populist. What? Are we just equating populism with right-wing now? Is that what's going on here?
Basically just posturing for her incel followers. Right, her alt-right incel followers.
The shoe simps, or as I like to call them, the SS.
And making them feel smart because she looks at both sides, right? She's a centrist.
First of all, I don't make my audience feel smart. My audience is fucking retarded. They know this. Second of all, why wouldn't you look at both sides? Like, why shouldn't you be criticizing your side, too? Unless you're like a total ideologically cucked hack. You're not that. Right, Alec? Right?
Here's Shoe on Head. America
3.
is in shambles.
My fellow
That's only the
Americans,
death rattle.
I regret to inform
That's
you
the
that it is
battle
that
cry.
time again. Election time.
Uh-oh.
Every
Is it
4 years we have to
5-3?
deal
That's not
with this.
enough.
Are you voting for the red
Battle cry,
files
that's
or
not
the
enough.
blue
You'll see
files?
damage.
The red drone strikes or the
Okay, right off the bat,
But I can't remember
the red
first.
is way worse. See,
Wait,
she's like
wait,
immediately
wait.
playing the centrist angle, and there's no comparison between the two.
Oh my god, do they all not know what a bit is? I'm doing both sides bad because I'm a candidate running against Kamala and Trump. Do they not know what a skit is? A drone strikes. Dead Palestinians or dead Palestinians? We're tired of it.
Yes,
They should just
thank
pick
you.
one
Okay, well, the dead Palestinians thing was pretty true. I'll give her that.
sexist
Lamau.
joke, racist joke, ableist joke.
Chubby.
Palestine. There's just no way Trump is losing. It would take something like, I don't know, Trump getting shot in the head at a rally in Pennsylvania. Oh god, we're coming up to the Trump rally part. Please be normal about this. One thing to make fun of a failed assassination attempt, even a successful assassination attempt on a politician. If we can't mock or criticize the people in power, there is an issue. But it's another thing to mock a innocent Trump supporter that died. Please give me some hope for left-wing YouTube, please.
The Trump supporter that died, he was most likely a fascist, and I mean, he was at a Trump rally, man. What do you expect?
I mean,
like, he probably
no,
wanted trans
no.
people to die.
Probably. He
If he had acted on
probably had
medical,
these
then maybe,
opinions,
but that's
so
a
it's
big,
okay for him to
like,
die.
leap
Even if
of
he
faith.
did, which you don't know, but even
Yeah.
if he did, that doesn't mean he should be fucking killed. He's just a fucking guy. He's a guy who can even
Yeah,
change
but
his
if he is
opinions
a
one day.
true
Who
fucking
knows? I know
racist,
for a
homophobe,
fact. A shit ton of people in these people's audiences used to be Trump supporters,
shouldn't
used
die,
to be transphobic
but I'm
or
not gonna be
whatever.
sad
Every
about
single fucking day I log on and I watched Ben Shapiro and was a Trump supporter, but now I watch ContraPoints and I'm a good person. So back when you were a Trump supporter, these people think it's okay if you got shot. Convenient for them that they were born morally lucky and they came out of the womb as leftists.
Oh, yo.
I'm actually going
No,
insane.
that's still not
I'm
enough.
becoming the Joker. I thought at least one of them would have a normal take on this, but no. Behold! This is my circus. These are my monkeys.
I think, okay, so let's check the comments real quick. I just want to see. Here's her audience, okay?
Oh no, he's checking comments. Oh no, he's checking comments. No.
Having a baby and retiring, Shua has become a trad wife. The only reason America is in shambles is because Shua hasn't uploaded a Hell World in 2 years. Kamala, don't come Trump, I'm gonna come America. If there's any reason to vote for Kamala, it's just to make Hillary extremely mad. Is probably the best campaign slogan yet. Okay, they all just seem like memers.
Whew. Okay, good. Diagnosis memers.
I don't know. I think that Shua is just kind of a memer.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
don't think she's a bad person.
Oh good, YouTuber Alec Gunter doesn't think I'm a bad person. I must postpone my suicide at once. Okay, this next video people are responding to is the one I made after the election called The Downfall of the Democrats. Let's see what people had to say about this one. Okay, this guy is called Hutch.
Okay.
This fucking title. Shoe on Head takes
But
an
he's still
election
nicotine,
victory
but you
lap?
can't.
What video did this dude watch? The Shoe on Head from Earth 2? Hat on foot?
Actually project that Donald Trump will become the
Fuck.
47th president of the
Oh,
United
it's
States.
just among
You
minions.
really
Fuck,
think
he gets
that
life
the
steal off
Democratic
that, so I'm not gonna be able to kill him. I need the armor.
Fighting for you, the overwhelming answer is
Fuck.
no.
I am so frustrated with this argument because policy can only get you so far. Like, good policy is good, and we should do good policy. For sure. I don't think we should adopt Republican policies.
Or I go 5,
Wait,
and then...
What
not do
argument?
that.
You just watched a montage of Trump winning.
No,
Where did I
not
say
that,
adopt
that.
Republican policies? I haven't even said anything in this video yet. I haven't even
5.
appeared on screen. Who are these people
Still bad.
responding to? There she
That's bad.
goes, hat on foot, making videos talking about adopting Republican policies.
Yeah, I think we should pursue
And then
progressive policies. I think we should pursue
plus a
policies
2.
that help working class people across this country, whatever the term working class means now, because it's so nebulous at this point.
I like that the term working class is now nebulous. Now that they're losing the working class, it's like, pfft, working class. What does that even mean? Is it too late for the Democratic Party, or can they turn this around? Will the Democrats learn from this?
To be clear, in 2016, it was the same discourse. Is this the end of the Democratic Party? Dems in disarray. Are they ever going to recover from this? It's the same discourse every single time.
Okay, but Kamala did historically bad. She did not flip a single county. A Republican won the popular vote. A Republican. Do you know how rare that is? And all the data shows young people, black people, Latinos, women moving more right. Now, could this be a Trump-only thing? Sure. And as I said in my video, there could be a pendulum swing and we'll get like another Obama after Trump, or the Democrats wake up and actually run a good populist candidate. I don't rule this out, but to pretend this wasn't a particularly bad loss is just straight up delusional. From blaming the American people to blaming Joe Rogan, the Democrats and the media are having a hard time coping with their loss.
This logic that you can't blame voters for the outcome of elections is insane to me. There's no responsibility on the voters? Like none whatsoever? Who else am I supposed to?
You blame your party that lost. You blame your candidate. Why were the American people more willing to vote for the guy who did January 6th over your candidate full of hope and joy and rainbows and unicorns or whatever? Is it because the voters are just all stupid idiots? Or is there something a little less simple that you just want to avoid talking about? Taking a step back and looking in the mirror is going to do you real good.
Democrats don't have a messaging problem. America has a racism problem. Kamala ran a flawless campaign in 100 days, and I refuse to let y'all gaslight me into believing anything other than that.
Did she just put up 2 random Twitter users? Do we know who those people are? Who were those people? I don't even know who those. I'm pretty sure they were just random people.
Random Twitter users whose posts went viral, yes. It's a small sample of the discourse happening amongst the people, which is pretty important to show. I know the concept of listening to average everyday people is completely foreign to you, but it is important to show what people are saying about their country's election, not just what politicians and the media are saying.
The Democratic Party, we have to contend with progressives that are constantly shitting on the Democratic Party for not being socialist enough. And we have to contend with MAGA, who are constantly shitting on the Democratic Party for, eating children and worshiping Satan.
And then you got the weirdos who believe both those things.
For people like Shoe on Head, it's like, okay, it's easy, man. You just don't be woke, don't be feminist.
So I'm on 11. This is still fine.
Don't root for like black lesbians in Disney shows.
That's even better.
And then just do socialist policies.
All right, back up. I am not delusional. I do not want to implement socialist policies in America because, first of all, I do not trust America to do those correctly. I'm talking about basic, normal, social democratic policies like Norway and Denmark have. Universal paid family leave, universal health care, at least a public option, better transportation like a high-speed rail, better protection for workers, higher wages, blah, blah, blah. And yes, no woke shit. Do you know how popular a platform like that would be? You get a candidate up there like that, you're winning all 50 states.
So, I mean, I would love to hear what she suggests besides just, like, elect Bernie Sanders.
Put up a good politician. That is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Someone who actually cares about the working class. Not Bernie Sanders. He's like 100 years old. Someone like Bernie Sanders, sure. Bernie Sanders with more of a spine. Combine Trump and Bernie Sanders. I am committing voter fraud and voting for that man 300 times. I am storming the Capitol for Donald Sanders. After this, the Democrats are going to move right in the dumbest ways. They're going to become like the new neocons, but gay.
I think they will too. And one of the reasons why they're going to do that is because they know people like you are not a reliable voter. You're not.
You are correct. I am not a reliable voter. I will not vote blue no matter who. And guess what?
15.
Most of the country is like me. Does that scare you?
Okay, so I went.
Good. Me not being a reliable voter is not an excuse for Democrats to not listen to voters like me. If anything, it's the complete opposite. They should be trying to get the votes from people like me. Politicians and parties are not owed your vote. They have to earn it. They have to work for it. And many people thought the Democrats did not work for it. In fact, I don't even think they wanted to win, but that's
I can do
a whole nother can of worms
15.
I don't want to open right now.
Large factions of the left condescendingly believe that dumb people are the reason Trump won in 2016 and won again in 2024. And that paid...
Well...
Right, so...
I mean, yeah.
3.
Vance, when you win 2028, put me somewhere in communications. Let me run your Twitter account. I'm a millennial too. Nobody will know the difference. Plus, we wear the same amount of eyeliner. Okay, that is enough hutch for one lifetime, thank you. Next, please let the next person be sane. Please save my brain cells. Come majestically galloping in to save us.
Oh, holy shit. I know this lady.
I take back the galloping part.
Can I be real with you guys?
People are gonna hate me for this one. I stand by the criticisms that I've made of Shoe on Head, but I will say this. If Shoe had been a respected voice in the Democrat consultancy circles, Kamala might not have lost. I have criticized her so many times for the populist brain rot, but oh boy, if anyone could use populist brain rot driven right into their skulls right now, it would be the Democrats. 28 minutes, and we have 25 minutes till stream ends. And I have 3 donos. I don't know about that one, Chief. There's probably stuff in here that maybe you can watch in the future.
Wait, he doesn't even watch the video? Watch the video.
Sure.
Watch the video, coward! This is an official call to the shoe
but it's still
calling the SS. We attack at dawn. Go tell Vosh to watch the video. This is bullshit. I was clickbaited. On to the next guy. Okay, this guy is called Uninformed Leftist.
Damn,
see if he lives up to his name.
So let's get into this. Shoe on Head made another video. It's called The Downfall of the Democrats.
Oh, big congratulations to Tim Walz on being the first white male
I'm guessing if I launch
DEI hire. It didn't work. The DNC.
If I have one in
So Tim Walz is not the first white male DEI hire. Joe Biden's been a white male DEI hire. George Bush is. Mitt Romney was. Every single president has been a white male DEI hire. Both the Democrats and the Republicans realize that America is a white supremacist country, thus we must run white people. So saying that Tim Walz is the first DEI hire is a little bit telling. And what is it telling?
A joke. It's telling a joke.
Well, it's telling that Shoe on Head, like the topic of race and gender, is very on the front of her mind.
What?
Now listen, do I think it's true that Kamala Harris lost because she's black and she's a woman?
Please say no, please say no, please say no.
Honestly, yes, I do.
Obama is black and did phenomenally. Hillary is a woman
5
and won the popular vote. I hate this delusion and this cope that Kamala lost because she's a black woman. No. If she was a white man, would she have maybe won a little more votes? Sure, I'm not denying the existence of racist misogynists. I'm looking at one right now. But enough votes that she would win? Absolutely not.
A district that's 97% Latino went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border. The border crisis is on their doorstep. And they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some
There's a lot of misogynistic Latino men. There's a lot of misogynistic men in general, but Latino men, they're fairly Christian, they're fairly conservative, and misogyny goes hand in hand with those two. So
Latino men are misogynists? Yeah? Is that why the president of Mexico is a woman and has like an 80% approval rating? Maybe Kamala Harris just f***ing sucks. You ever consider that? Maybe going, nothing's gonna change when I'm president. F***ing sucks. After the election, a YouTuber I am subscribed to uploaded a video called How the Right is Winning Young Men.
I have such mixed feelings about this. I do. Unpopular though it is on the left to give grace to the male loneliness epidemic. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm picking my words carefully so the leftists don't murder me. Don't rake me over the coals for this, but I think that I understand.
I have to pick my words carefully so my own movement doesn't attack me for caring about men's issues. You see the issue?
Shoe on Head, again, doesn't really offer any analysis. She makes a joke. So, essentially, what is her joke? Her joke is that the guy's gay.
What? Oh, we're streaming from Earth 2 again. Here comes Hat on Foot, hating the gays again. The joke was not about him being gay. There wasn't even a joke. My point was that he's nervous to talk about men's issues in fear of the left attacking him, and it shouldn't be that way.
That's pretty gross from Shoe on Head. Do I need to spell that out for you? She does this whole gay impression.
Gay impression? That's literally what he fucking sounded like. These people have terminal identity politics brain.
All right, let's just read a few comments.
Oh no, not again. I swear to God, if you guys embarrass me in front of Hassan 2 here, I will turn this video around and we are going home.
Shoe on Head dropping the hard truth bombs as usual. Oh, bro, at least Bernie Sanders got to say a big I told you so. Okay, that's kind of, I don't know, it gives me a little bit of hope. Democrats forgot they had to be likable. Okay, it's kind of true. You can't hide your monster addiction by putting it in white class June. Okay, that's a good point. They will learn nothing and blame everyone. Yeah, unfortunately, that's true.
Okay, he's just agreeing with all the comments. I love that they keep doing this. I love that they keep checking the comments, expecting some terrible shit, and it's just pee pee poo poo 69 going epic video, mommy.
Okay, so that was terrible. Next.
Hi, my name's Anthony Jones. I like to talk about politics and the culture war in the UK and America. Today I'm going to react to Shoe and Head's most recent video, Downfall of the Democrats, the truth about the 2024 election.
Aw, this guy looks like a wizard. He's like a jolly little garden gnome. I don't even mean that in a mean way. He just looks whimsical, like he's gonna help me on a quest through some enchanted forest. Please be sane and normal, gnome bro. I am running out of hope.
Yeah, Trump objectively is the representative of the working class. Traditionally, it was Latinos, blacks. People would vote for Democrats. Now, it's highly educated people who vote for Democrats and actually working class people who traditionally would vote Democrat have voted for Donald Trump. This is a massive change in the demographics, and people want something different. They don't want the same old, same old. And that's what Kamala Harris represented. And this is essentially why she failed to appeal to voters.
Yes! No bro is normal. Oh my god, how refreshing. Yes, 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 yes. We're so f***ing back, gnome bros. Okay, let's keep listening. Let's not get our hopes up. Everyone was so sure dangerous, devious, dastardly Donald would never make his way back into the White House to steal democracy. And he did it. With democracy.
Democracy has been bought in America. It really has. The idea that influence is like objective and everyone's informed and it's a level playing field for both sides is simply not true. Democracy implies the voters were informed, they knew what they were voting for, they weren't lied to, they weren't sold misinformation. People are massively misinformed on Donald Trump. They were lied to. They don't believe a lot of the accusations against him. It's more complex, and it is actually very complex.
It's really not that complicated. It's exactly what you said earlier. Trump offered something, Kamala offered nothing. Whether you agree with the vision or not, Trump had a vision. It's like in 2016 when Hillary Clinton made that America is already great hat. No one wants to fucking hear this. No one believes that. You have to give the people a vision. A lot of them don't believe what the media says about Trump because a lot of them don't trust the media, and I'm gonna be so dead ass. Do you blame them? As a Bernie bro, as a Bernard brethren, do you blame them? It's up to the media to prove themselves trustworthy, and in my opinion, they just haven't done that. The mainstream, corporate media, liberal and right-wing, does not have a good reputation. Oh my god, that reminds me. I was watching Fox Business the other morning. Don't ask. But holy shit, you think right-wing media online is bad? What the f are the boomers watching? Also, Kristi Noem showed up on the TV and my baby was like, Mama. Really, bro? Okay, last one. I'm ready. Let's go. Bullshit. This guy is called Dima the Show. Okay, Dima. What do you have for us?
I don't know what to predict here. I've only seen 2 Shoe on Head videos, and I follow her on Twitter. She hasn't been very active on Twitter recently. I don't know why. I think she got married and had a kid. But either way, from what I remember of her Twitter, it was fairly progressive. Some little, tidbits of, radical, centrist, reactionary stuff a little bit here and there.
I like how just, nobody understands me. America is so terminally left-right brained, dude. You can talk about how you want workplace democracy all day, but if you also say something like, I think we should make it harder for children to access porn or something, people are like, oh, I don't know, she's some kind of centrist?
Alright, I'm gonna make a new
What?
account.
Anyway, I got a lot of comments on my last video like, wait, you're left-wing and you hate the Democrats? Yeah, man.
Okay, so is she coming out as left-wing? Just do it.
Yeah, man, that's pretty common thing. If you were shocked that I'm left-wing, maybe that's a sign you need to take a step back and evaluate some of the preconceived stereotypes you have of people. Not all of us are crazy blue-haired socialists, no. Some of us are crazy brown-haired socialists. But for those of—
Hey, yo!
Ugh, why is he soying out? I hate this. I'm never gonna call myself a socialist again.
For someone like her with such a diverse audience, who gets, millions and millions of views on her videos. Someone like her with this much reach, with this much of an audience, and say, hey, look at me, I am a left-wing socialist. I think is good for the cause.
I don't want to be good for the cause. I'm a rebel. I'm not one of you. You don't love me. Sorry, I'm just burned by all the other videos. I'm like an abused cat lashing out at a new adoptive owner. He's out here handing me a treat like pss, pss, pss,
I don't like this.
and I'm like, let's relax.
So
Okay, that was my first loss. That's
okay,
really surprising.
fellas.
I was sure I lost.
She said she's a socialist. She said she's left wing. Why do we hate her?
That's such a weird thing to say. She's one of us. She agrees with us politically. Why do we hate her?
Oh. 3 years old, yeah. Meh. What's this shit? Oh shit, that's me.
My name is Mara.
That's bad. I guess it's free cards.
Kyle. My name is Nina. How are you?
Okay, she seems fun. Okay, bit shite.
Hi, I'm Bunny. Hey.
That's actually pretty good though.
I'm Z. What's up? Hi, I'm Oliver.
And it's a starship piece.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ben. Hey,
Is it?
I'm elegant. Wow.
Yo, that's pretty good.
Sorry. Hello there. I am Malachi. What's up? Hi, I'm Echo.
Have I seen this?
Hi, my
I think I want to watch this. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, now, how old's the video one? 9 years, the video. The trumpet one. Looks like I'm totally...
I don't think you realize this, Gabby, but you're scary.
You're a pathological liar.
It's not drama, it's dangerous.
But you shouldn't use your beliefs as a way to shame other individuals into following your way of life. What are you doing?
I owe a lot of people apologies.
I'm sorry if you still feel hurt. I don't feel as bad because God has said that I'm fine.
Forgive me.
I don't think you're interesting or intelligent or creative or artistic. You're a loser.
I'm genuinely, wholeheartedly sorry for what I put you through. It was probably really difficult and traumatizing.
What is it, you manipulative, narcissistic?
Gabbiana has a long history of controversy. For example, when she was trolling, you know, she's got some music coming out. She needs some of that clout. And people were saying, oh my gosh, this looks like mania. And that actually triggered a hypomanic episode in which she posted things like this.
Hey, TikTok. Hey, Gen Z. I got a question for you. Because I can't sleep. But I can see. Why are you so accepting of the idea of dissociative identity disorder? Where little kids decide that they can switch personalities whenever they want, and they all have different names and wear different clothes, and they have their own little room in the house that you built in your mind, and here's how you get to it. I feel like someone else now. Did you fucking meditate and create something with your imagination? It's almost as if you create your own reality. And because you don't have faith in God, and because you didn't just say, God, I'm kind of fucking scared. I believe in you. Will you please only allow me to see what you want me to see? Please only allow me to hear the truth.
If this were a possibility, don't you think all trauma-based disorders would not exist? Now let's set aside the fact that this could be deeply triggering because for some, the cause of DID is religious trauma.
1, 2, 3,
Hi,
4,
is
5,
this
6,
God?
7, 8, 9.
Can I cancel my trauma subscription? Oh, okay, yeah, thank you so much. In my opinion, what she's saying here does not involve the truth in which religion for some people can help you process trauma. This really showcases Gabby's impulsivity. I mean, sure, DID is not as widely known as anxiety or depressive disorders, but it really takes a quick Google search, especially when talking about such a stigmatized disorder. In case you didn't know, DID is not just switching personality
personalities whenever you want, and you're going like in The Sims and creating this fantasy world in your mind. Individuals with DID develop multiple personalities as a child as a way to cope with overwhelming trauma. Saying that a lack of faith in God causes this disorder really reduces the entire disorder to a lack of will and faith. When you have 7.9 million followers on TikTok, you have a huge responsibility. I mean, this had people questioning if DID was real at all. She was posting hundreds of similar worrying TikToks every day.
Help me! Not even gonna bother with that. Fuck her.
Wake the up! Help me! Help us! Heaven, earth, and purgatory, as it was in the beginning, is now, and shall be forever. Heaven and earth. Amen.
People were speculating based on past evidence that she was faking a breakdown to promote her newest music release. Gabby did reveal that she struggles with bipolar 2 and ADHD, at one point making ADHD her entire personality.
Episode 1, this is hyperactivity. This is ADHD. This is the H in ADHD. I was masking because I have ADHD. I have ADHD. And that's how short my attention span is.
Just cut?
This is what it's like to live with ADHD, how much it was good for my ADHD.
Okay, this is boring.
The really shitty part about ADHD.
These claims have not been verified, but it's...
Nice. Interesting. Interesting. The influence of Ozempic pros, sure. Take someone.
It's the diabetes drug hailed by many as a weight loss wonder. Weight loss.
Easy weight loss.
Typical diet drug miracle weight loss drug. One hot topic everyone in Hollywood still seems to be talking about is Ozempic.
She goes, if you ever want to drop 5 pounds, this is good. Some people are selling Ozempic and knockoffs on the black market. It is literally the hottest drug in the country right now. But what happens when you stop taking it?
I do worry when I see people who say, I got a wedding in 6 weeks. I got to lose 10 pounds. Put me on this drug.
I think we have officially reached a new... I mean, I don't even really want to say it's new. I think it's been slowly bubbling over the last couple of years. But we're in a place now where we just don't trust influencers at all. And don't get me wrong, I think it's for very good reason, especially when it comes to... sing it with me now. Ozempic, you know, you didn't do it alone.
Fuck, this car is actually killing me now.
It's
you were fed not that long ago.
Apparently, everybody, every influencer is on Ozempic. According to their comment section, the allegations are wild. They're out of control. I don't even think influencers at this point can even keep up with the amount of allegations and comments that they're receiving under their photos, or maybe they've just completely given up or they don't care to, because, you know, engagement is technically good for business, right? Today's video is not intended to be gossipy. I want to more focus the commentary on the state of Ozempic regarding influencer culture, the beauty standards, the allegations, and why it seems every influencer is being bombarded with these allegations at the moment. I'm not at all accusing any one specific influencer of being on Ozempic. I simply want to comment and share some of the discourse that's happening online at the moment. I also just want to make it clear that I'm not at all talking about people with health issues like diabetes or who are significantly overweight and struggling with weight loss who are using Ozempic and various other weight loss drugs. I'm more referring to the space that we found ourselves in, where a large number of influencers seem to be turning to Ozempic and other weight loss drugs to lose like 5-10 pounds or to experience rapid weight loss that they may not even necessarily need. These influencers that I'm referring to today are already were quite thin by today's standards, and they turn to these drugs to become even thinner. And I think in those cases, it can actually do more harm than good.
Jolo, you look thin.
Wait. That's not gonna work.
Ozempic?
Yep.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Are you on Ozempic?
Yeah.
What housewife isn't on Ozempic?
Not
You're
one.
not. Yeah, no. Half your cast.
I know.
When I look around this room, I can't help but wonder, is Ozempic right for me?
If you spend time on Instagram and you see these influencers and you see the comments under a lot of their photos, it seems as if so many already thin influencers are using weight loss drugs.
I'm skinny.
Hormones.
Great.
Hormones. Hormones? Oh, is hormones spelled O-Z-E-M-P-I-C? I don't know.
I did a somewhat recent video deep dive into Roxy Jasenko, who is an Australian influencer. If you didn't see that video, I'm going to have it linked because I highly recommend you check that out. But I actually had a whole portion in that video about her experience with Ozempic, but I chose to cut it out because that video was already really quite long. But Roxy Jasenko was somebody that came out publicly that she tried Ozempic. And I want to play this clip for you now because this was broadcasted on our mainstream radio stations, and I want to share this one little segment with you here.
Roxy Jasenko wasn't feeling comfortable. Did anyone read this story yesterday?
I saw the photos online, but I didn't click.
That's cute.
No, it's getting across it, mate. What happened to her?
Okay, she's talking Ozempic, right? And when she was going through her, you know, she had breast cancer and she was going through her treatment there. She put on a lot of weight, 15 kilograms. She wanted to get rid of it quickly. Everyone was saying to do it properly, to eat right and go to the gym, but she said, I wanted to lose it very quickly. So she tried all that and it wasn't working. I didn't shed the weight. So I thought, I'm reading and hearing about Ozempic all the time, so I'm going to try it. I went to my doctor. I begged him. He said, Roxy, go and have a look in the mirror. He made me walk into his room and look at myself in the mirror. I'm not giving you a prescription. You don't need it. So I went somewhere else and I got it.
But
you would be blown away by the number of people who will give you scripts for that stuff. The thing is, though, the only place that she could get it was at a chemist in Nowra. So she paid someone $2,500 to drive to Nowra to go and get some Ozempic.
Are you serious?
The only one I could get was a 1 milligram pen of Ozempic. So basically, you're supposed to start on 0.25 milligrams, and a number of weeks or months later, you transition onto a higher dosage.
Right, so it's 4 times or 3 times the quantity.
So she said I could only get the milliliter. Milligram, sorry, that's right. That's all I could get. I felt like I was a junkie. I thought I needed this for a quick fix, so she's just gone bang into the system.
So what do they do? Like epi?
It's like a pen, isn't it?
It's an injection.
It's an injection. Well, you would do that into your stomach.
Yeah, if you're a diabetic.
She thought I was desperate. I need to lose this weight. Supposed to start on 0.25. She started on 1 milligram.
What happened?
Why is she sharing this?
And you don't need to lose weight.
She said what followed was uncontrollable vomiting, non-stop epilepsy-type shaking, and 3 days in a drug overdose clinic where she was told her organs could have shut down.
Did she lose the 15?
I thought I was actually going to die.
My God.
For the first 12 hours, I was okay. I vomited 4 times that morning, once in a high car when I went to work. That's when I made a video. I thought it was funny at work. Then it progressively got worse. I called an ambulance. The ambulance rocked up. At St Vincent's, though, they didn't know how to treat it because it was a relatively new drug at the time. The problem was because it was such a new drug, they weren't equipped. So, and there was an alert going around that there was fake Ozempic that had amphetamine in it.
Well, you're not getting that from the Nowra pharmacy, though, are you?
No, you're not.
Her message to those considering trying the pharmacy. Treat it because it was a relatively new drug at the time. The problem was because it was such a new drug, they weren't equipped. So, and there was an alert going around that there was fake Ozempic.
God damn.
Pharmaceutical is simple. Don't.
Well, the other option would be...
Don't go to a doctor.
Stick to the dosage limit.
If they don't administer it, don't go to another doctor. Then don't pay someone $2,500 to go to now. Don't buy a 1 milligram pen and don't inject yourself an overdose on Ozempic.
Outside of that, go for it.
It's a simple message.
It's absolute madness.
The 2 people that I know that are on it,
I'm just going to leave it there because there are a few things that I just want to touch on. These are the lengths that we are going to for vanity. These are just pressures that I never remember seeing this much and feeling this much pressure and this much insanity for vanity. These are lengths we're going to. Literally almost ODing on a drug to lose weight.
I'm going to be skinny.
Yes.
No matter what.
And I don't know if you picked it up, but in the radio segment, the woman actually said, why is she sharing this? Why?
Why is she sharing this?
Well, there's actually some speculation online that Roxy being Roxy, if you saw that video, if you didn't, I mean, I highly recommend it, but Roxy being the type of person she is, there is some speculation, there are some people claiming online that she shared this strategically. She wanted to get ahead of the narrative. She wanted to come out publicly and share, hey, look, I had a really bad experience with Ozempic, so I didn't use it, and I'm not on it. Whereas fast forward to now, if you look at her most recent photos, she is incredibly thin. She, I believe, definitely lost the 15 kilos and potentially a lot more, because she's very, very slim now. And people are claiming that she wanted to kind of get ahead of this and put it out there that she wasn't on it, so that when she eventually did lose the weight, people wouldn't speculate that it was Ozempic. There are no articles or there are no statements online that I could find that Roxy Jasenko was admitting or denying whether or not she was on Ozempic, nothing like that. However, in a news article, this was back in February of this year, she shared what she eats in a day. And in my opinion, it is incredibly disordered. This type of eating would potentially be more possible if you were injecting yourself with Ozempic, because Ozempic does lessen your cravings, it lessens your hunger. Just for some context, she starts her morning with a powdered cup of vitamins and a cup of coffee. For lunch, she claims she has some grilled chicken with vinegar and a side of quinoa. If she needs a snack, she reaches for a passion fruit. And for dinner, she apparently eats a plate of broccoli with some garlic and oyster sauce. And my mathematics would estimate that that's maybe anywhere between, I'd say, 500, 700 calories maybe at the higher end. I don't know how that is doable, honestly. If you, like I said, if you watch that video, the amount that she's got going on, I don't know how that's doable, but I don't know if she's still eating like that. But this is incredibly disordered, in my opinion.
You need carbs.
Oh, okay.
Your brain runs on glucose. For simple cognitive functions, you need them.
I don't like that this was made into a news article. I don't like that it feels as if we're back in the 90s and the early 2000s, where we were literally glorifying and praising disordered eating. Because I want it to be able to call this what it is. Let's not lie. Let's not lie and pretend that this isn't disordered. Let's not pretend that this is a healthy message and a healthy food plan to be publicizing to the world. I don't think so anyway.
Okay.
Another influencer that has been absolutely flooded with allegations of being on Ozempic or just potentially falling into an unhealthy place with her eating is Rach Parcell. I think that these are discussions that we need to have, especially in the place that we are now, of this trend of very, very thin is in, and people are feeling the pressures to go to such extreme lengths to be able to achieve that. A lot of women's bodies is not achievable, and for a lot of women, it's not healthy. So I do think that, you know, as much as this can be a very sensitive topic, these are conversations that we should try to be having as respectfully as possible. This particular photo here, it was a carousel. She posted quite a few photos. This was the one that really sparked a lot of the controversies, and people really noticed just how thin she had become over the last few months. And some of the comments say, with all due respect, I'm a fan of yours and I usually love all your content, but those bodies do not look healthy at all. Honestly, there has to be a balance in everything. You are too pretty to look this sick. Maybe you are going through something, and I'm talking from a point of view, I don't know, but this weight is not healthy. Very mixed. People are either defending her, saying it's her body, that's her body type, you have no right to comment on her body. And some people are agreeing with the person commenting this, saying, I agree, they look sick. I'm so sorry, but you don't look healthy at all. I'm saying this just because I worry about you and your sisters, but comparing Isla Rose's body with you, well, there's no difference. People are saying mind your own body. The comments are incredibly divided, and I do believe that she's always been quite thin. If you look back at some of her old photos, she's always been incredibly thin, but by the looks of it, she didn't necessarily have that same rib protrusion. She's been getting these comments for months, and I can imagine it would be so exhausting, people commenting on your body to this degree. I mean, even on this one here, the comments were just overwhelming. She did a little bit of an outfit shoot. I followed you since the days when you began as Pink Peonies and wore sunglasses in all your posts. I've always loved your content, but this new weight loss is concerning, and I don't want to judge, but it's hard to understand why influencers feel the need to lose this much weight. You have always been beautiful. I wish you could see what we see. Apparently she addressed this, that when she was going through IVF, she gained a lot of weight, and now that she stopped, she managed to go back to her pre-baby weight. There's also comments more recently that she stated that to be able to achieve this body, she upped her protein and started taking testosterone because her testosterone levels were incredibly low. And that's something that she's only recently been saying, because there's so many comments under her photos. Every time she posts her bare stomach, every time she posts a bikini photo, she's getting flooded with comments from women either tearing her apart or sticking up for her, or literally asking, like, please drop your workout routine. It must, I can imagine, be incredibly exhausting. But at the same time, I can understand a lot of these women's concerns when they're commenting, and a lot of them are not even doing it in a disrespectful way. A lot of them are genuinely concerned, and they're saying, look, I've been a follower of you for ages, I love you, love your content, I hope you're okay. Her comments are incredibly divided, and I guess this is where I want to hear from you on this. You know, do you think it's wrong to comment on another woman's body? Do you think it's wrong to comment under an influencer's post, trying to be as respectful as you can, sharing your concern? Do you think that's stepping over a line, or do you think that it is within someone's right? You know, an influencer puts their life out on the internet, they post half-naked bikini or bathing suit photos. Do you think that sharing their lives in that way means that they have to cope or deal with or accept these types of criticisms and comments about their bodies? I can see both sides, honestly, and it's exhausting. And I know that me making this video right now doesn't really help, but I don't ever see a world in which women are not scrutinized or not held to these ridiculously high standards, or these trends of curvy, BBLs, breast augmentations and waist trainers, and oh wait, no, we're going back now, we have to be like super rake skinny and no muscle definition and like very, very, very thin, and oh no, something else is coming up now, sorry, you put all that work in. It's just exhausting, and I really don't see a world in which it doesn't exist for women. All that work and what did it get me? There's so much speculation on Reddit regarding influencers who are on Ozempic. I mean, even right here, for example, there's one particular before and after photo of an influencer, like fashion model called Rooks Nader, and here you can see a before and after photo of her body then and her body now, and the comments are incredibly divided. People are saying, oh yeah, my god, she's on Ozempic, and other people are saying, no, like that's just angles, lighting, her body in certain lighting is different. There are so many Reddit threads of accusations and discussions about certain influencers being on Ozempic, not being on Ozempic, claiming they're not, but potentially being on it. There is one particular influencer named Serena Kerrigan, and it shows here she's sharing some type of skit, or I don't know, something with her partner. Apparently that there in the background is potentially an Ozempic pen. Now, I don't know, we don't know. There is quite a lot of speculation that that is an Ozempic pen, and apparently a lot of people were questioning it in the comments down below. Where I think the biggest issue lies with this Serena woman is she posts things like this.
Okay, so I posted this a couple days before my birthday, and this section right here is a result of literally working out every single day for a month. Like, I basically did Pilates every single day for a month leading up to my birthday, which was a sign. So I did that. I ate very clean, and I used this. This is the Maylee's Pea Flat Belly Firming Cream. And after Pilates, I come home, shower, and put this cream on my tummy, like rub it all over. Obviously I haven't showered today, so today's not one of those days, but this is not going to give you a six-pack of abs, and guess what? I don't even have a six-pack, but this actually will help smooth and like tighten and firm the skin.
And I think this is where a lot of people are taking issue with it, because she posted this video with potentially what looks like an Ozempic pen in the backdrop, and then shares a photo like this of her incredibly toned body, because people are asking, oh my god, like you look amazing, like what have you done? And she claims it's 30 days of Pilates, very clean eating, and this product that she's linking and has an affiliate link for and is trying to sell you. And this is where I think the issue becomes very cloudy, very muddy. If she is indeed on it and claiming that this miracle tummy cream and 30 days of Pilates and really clean eating is what's gotten her this stomach and this body, and that's not actually the case, I think that's where people take issue with it. And that's why now nobody trusts, I mean, not nobody, there's still a lot of people. Like, she has a lot of followers, she still has a lot of people supporting her, which I still don't really understand why. But I think the problem lies when you, as an influencer, are using a weight loss drug to lose, like, weight that you don't even need to lose, and you're claiming it's with Pilates, clean eating, and products that you're trying to link and sell your audience.
Committed to working out, or you have an event, or you just, like, want to snatch up your body, I really recommend this. This is like perfect for my birthday, and you saw how far my photos are, so highly recommend. And here she is plugging the product yet again. I started using it about 2 months ago to get ready for my birthday party and for summer ahead, because it really helps with tightening the skin. And I really have seen a result. And you also, like, when you put it on, it heats up on your skin. But when it comes to products like these, the only way you really know if they work is if you try it yourself. So I asked Amelia's team if they could make a special link, and they did, which is basically you can try this before you buy. Essentially, they will send you a bottle of this B-flat belly firming cream. This is just for the people that follow me and use this link. And you can try it for 30 days. If you hate it, you just send it back. And if you love it, they charge you what you normally would pay for this. So you really like have, the stakes are very low here. And if you're consistent about it and you use it as much as I did, I think that you're gonna be really happy with the results. So use my link and give it a try before you buy. Abs aren't built in 30 days with a frigging firming cream. Like, let's be honest. Let's call a spade and be honest. This is so deceptive, and it's upsetting that these influencers don't seem to have any problem sleeping at night, knowing that they are really fooling their audience, playing into their audience's insecurities and selling them these products. And to make it worse, and again, I'm not accusing this influencer of being on Ozempic. If she is using, or if she has used weight loss drugs in the past, but is not disclosing that and instead linking these products and pretending that's what got her her results,
I'm so
that is
sick
incredibly disingenuous, and that is false advertising. We don't trust influencers. This woman could have literally gotten her belly from 30 Days Pilates, clean eating, and a belly firming cream she's trying to sell you, or she could have got it in other ways. But I think the main issue that I want to drive home is nobody trusts influencers anymore because of the years of shit and the years of dishonesty and the lies that a lot of us now see, because we've peeked behind the curtain and we no longer fall for the same BS that they were trying to sell us. And they have sold us for years.
Why are we shocked that thin people are taking Ozempic? I just saw a TikTok come up on my For You page of this influencer who's already very thin talking about how she's taking Ozempic. And the comments, people are so shocked, so blown away by the fact that someone who does not need to be taking Ozempic for weight loss is taking Ozempic. Guys, influencers and celebrities been taking Ozempic before it was legalized to be used as a weight loss drug. They've been taking it. If you have money, you can get your hands on Ozempic. Stop being so surprised that celebrities and influencers are getting their very thin bodies from Ozempic. This is not new.
This one particular clip I want to share with you, it is Ethan Klein, who is like a podcaster, and he talks about how he's tired of people speculating. Now, again, I don't know if he was on it or wasn't, who knows, but he claims he wasn't. I want to share this clip with you.
I don't mind that he says I'm on Ozempic. I don't care. I'm pro Ozempic. I think that drug is a miracle drug, and I'm happy for everybody that takes it. However, the thing that surprised me about this is just like, isn't this so unethical of a doctor to be doing like armchair diagnoses and medical? I just kind of was shocked by it. Like, what the f? Watch this.
Ethan Klein from H3 Pop.
What?
This is like a whole genre.
I know, but these are doctors. You expect better from doctors.
You do expect better. There are a lot of people who do like fillers and stuff who will come on and be like, this is what I think this celebrity has. It's this filler, this.
But this one is so dumb because, like, let me show you. This one's especially dumb.
I'm Real Dr. Bay, TikTok, semaglutide, and tirzepatide expert. Ethan Klein recently went on a podcast and said that he lost over 100 pounds. And when asked how he did it, he said he stopped eating, which is technically true because these medications do suppress your appetite, so you do eat less. Do I think Ethan Klein owes it to his audience to tell him the truth if he is on these weight loss medications? No, I don't think he, because I don't believe his whole brand is about weight loss.
I thought that was positive, at least. It wasn't like accusatory in that sense.
The same way Oprah and Kelly Clarkson, their whole brand for
that is a
decades
good
has
point.
been about weight loss. So I do think they owe it to their followers to admit if they found a secret to losing weight after all those years. The good thing and bad thing about these GLP-1 receptor agonists is they work so well that it's kind of hard to hide that you lost.
Okay, so his evidence
do suppress your appetite.
is that I went on Steve-O's podcast And he asked me, how did you lose weight? And I said, I stopped eating. The thing is, I've explained that like 1,000 times, and every time I go do a show, I'm sure it'll be the first thing Bradley Martin asks me tomorrow, which is fine, I get it. But like, I just get tired of telling the same story over and over and over. So I just say, I stopped eating. That's it. And just that one anecdote or that one quote has got this guy making TikTok videos. It's kind of crazy. Seems very unprofessional, doesn't it?
Invasive.
It's not invasive. He doesn't know anything.
No, I know.
But it's just, it's on, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a medical board issue.
Imagine if you lost weight and you didn't use Ozempic. Maybe you hired a personal trainer, you worked your ass off, you ate really clean, and you lost the weight naturally. To be constantly accused and constantly asked and constantly inquired about whether or not you did it, or being accused of doing it with Ozempic, I can imagine that would be really, really frustrating. And I can see both sides. Michaela as well is another influencer who went through this. However, I mean, this is hard. Do I trust the woman who came online and made a TikTok and shared not even a properly disclosed ad for a lash company, a mascara product, with false eyelashes on? She genuinely thought her audience was so stupid that they wouldn't even notice that she was wearing fake lashes to promote and to sell a beauty product. Do I trust her? I don't know. I mean, that's one of the things she's done, but she's also sick of it as well. She is sharing her thoughts on the Ozempic allegations.
You don't have to agree with what I'm about to say, but and if you're on Ozempic or any of those weight loss medications or drugs, like that's fine. I'm not going to judge you for your personal choices. It's none of my business. I don't know why these comments affect me as much as they do, but like, as someone who for the last 6 months has been in eating disorder recovery offline, you know, I don't share that part of my life, but, you know, in recovery, I happen to have lost 30 pounds because I was struggling with binge eating disorder, and when you go through recovery and you stop binging, sometimes you'll lose weight with that.
I don't think I do.
But to just, like, put in all that work for months to recover from something that has literally nearly taken your life away multiple times, to just be hit with laugh my ass off, she's on Ozempic, it just, like, sucks. I think for anyone, and I know some people go on Ozempic for eating disorder recovery. I don't know nothing about that. I don't even like taking Advil, so, like, I'm not the person to ask about that kind of stuff. But, like, I don't know, I just feel like it really, like, takes away from anyone who puts in the extreme mental strain to get healthy, whether it's mentally, physically, nutritionally, whatever. And people just slap you with those.
It's real good. And I think I've misplayed
I'm just speaking.
a bunch, but
I'm just speaking. I will never personally do Ozempic because I don't find that I don't want to cheat my recovery.
So much.
That's just a personal opinion. If you are on Ozempic for an ED, I do not judge you for that at all. And if it's working for you, let it work. But for me, I don't believe that would be good for my recovery. Therefore, I will never do it. I need to develop a healthy relationship with food and exercise and my body image and the way I think about how I look and everything like that. And that is extremely difficult. And Ozempic just would not be the path for me. But yes, I have lost weight. I've mentioned it a couple times. It's not gonna become my whole personality. I'm just kind of trying to, like, live life and, like, figure my shit out. But I'm just noticing more and more of the conversation in my comments. So I don't know. I just want to let you guys know. Yes, I have lost weight.
Okay, I can't watch this.
I've done it.
Roxy Jasenko is a business dynamo, reality TV star, and one of the nation's most talked about women. Roxy has built a business empire, successfully fought off cancer and dealt with personal trials in a very public forum, all while caring for 2 kids under the age of 7. There are so many columns about you, really negative stuff written about you.
I went from being, a small operation to having 4 incredible businesses.
Does it bother you that people see you wearing outfits worth thousands, handbags worth tens of thousands, the Bentley, pictures of you in the private jet.
You know, jealousy's a curse. Everything that I have and everything that I provide for my family is from hard work.
Typical of Roxy Jasenko. She was back at work 2 days after surgery. Are you a control freak?
Yes.
See, I'm trying to work out, is she a sociopath or a psychopath, or what's the deal with her?
Basically a raving lunatic.
Or is she a raving lunatic, or is she just a normal person who has a crack?
There's all the right words. Awesome, beautiful.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
I'm not even going to chat with you in today's video because we have an unbelievable amount to get through today. This might be one of my biggest videos to date. So before we get into it, I just want to say, get cozy, get comfortable, grab a snack, because we have so much to talk about. I think I may have found the worst Australian influencer I have ever come across. Today's video is a deep dive into Roxy Jasenko.
Who are you?
Roxy Jasenko is a polarizing Australian business owner, entrepreneur, influencer, empire, PR extraordinaire. I actually think she might be Australia's equivalent of Kris Jenner. I am not even joking. I want to do a little bit of a disclaimer before we really get into today's video because I was really unaware of just how much there is. There are so many news articles. I mean, even at the time of filming this, it's currently the 1st of August. By the time you see this video, there might very well potentially be more articles. It almost seems like on a almost daily or even just weekly basis, multiple news reports, multiple articles, Daily Mail, Yahoo, Telegraph. So many articles are written about her and her family. There might be things that I'm missing in today's video. I feel the need to say, if you know anything about her or the situations I'm talking about today, please feel free to correct me in the comments down below. I think her relationship with journalists, like I mentioned, she is written up about in the Daily Mail, and she's constantly on radio, she's constantly on mainstream media. The news and media outlets, it's just anything for clicks. So I think that has worked both to her advantage when she's wanted things to be publicized, but also to her disadvantage when she really hasn't wanted certain things to be dragged out or broadcasted to the world. So we will be getting into that today. But I want to start by sharing a little bit of background on Roxy Jasenko. So she was born and raised in Sydney. She was brought up with her sister in a very wealthy suburb. She also attended an elite private girls' school. Her parents gained their wealth after building a successful wholesale clothing company called Capital Clothing. At the time of filming this, she is actually estranged from her father. I think her relationship with her father started to become estranged when her parents actually filed for divorce and began the divorce process in 2011, in which they sold off, from what I read, about $78 million of their investment portfolio. So these people are incredibly wealthy. Roxy Jasenko's relationship with her sister is also not really a relationship. After 2008, when her sister actually punched her in the face in a Sydney nightclub. I've read in multiple interviews since then that she does hope to mend her relationship with her sister. I think it's worth acknowledging that there's her side of the situation, there's her sister's side, and there's also the truth. I don't know what's going on there, but I do feel like this is worth mentioning. Roxy often speaks about in interviews how she was never good at school, she never received any handouts, she worked hard, and she worked hard for everything she owns and everything she has and has built.
Yes, I had a nice upbringing, but that wasn't bells and whistles and everything given to me. What I've achieved, I've had to go out and work my guts out for. And I didn't have formal education. I went to school, I failed that miserably, but what I had was guts, gumption, determination, and a mental state that was failure is not an option. And it shows that you can have anything you want as long as you push and you don't give up.
She really drums home the fact that if you are a hard worker and you grind, you will get it done and you will achieve whatever you want in life. And she truly believes that. And I think it's quite inspiring, but at the same time, I do think it's worth acknowledging her parents' potential backing. And she does claim that she never received any handouts from her parents. However, she did come from a wealthy family. She did attend an elite private girls' school, and I do think these things are worth acknowledging in this discussion. And again, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think you are born into whatever family and whatever situation you're born into. She does claim that she's never received any financial handouts, but I did read in one particular article that when she started her business at the age of 24, she was able to use her family accountant and her family lawyer, two things that are quite expensive. I don't know if that's true or not. The actual building that she set up her business in was one of her father's buildings. It was one of her father's office buildings that she was able to use. And those three things alone would be quite expensive startup costs for a business. And she did set up a PR agency, and I'm assuming her family being very wealthy and being in the clothing, the wholesale industry, her parents would have potentially had a lot of connections. There are also a lot of conflicting articles online, not only what's written about her, but also conflicting things that Roxy herself has said. So it's hard to really decipher what's true and what's not. For instance, she claims that she bought her first property at the age of 21. But according to ASIC documents, she actually bought her first property at the age of 20. So I think it was just 2 months after turning 20, she was able to purchase her first property. I know nothing about the Sydney property market 20 years ago and what the economy was really like. Let me know in the comments down below. But it's a little bit hard for me to wrap my head around. She was able to purchase her first property in Double Bay, and if you're familiar with Sydney, Double Bay is a very, very wealthy suburb, and she was able to do so off of working part-time at McDonald's and part-time at a florist. Now, maybe things were different 20 years ago in the wealthiest suburb in Sydney, but I suppose growing up the way I've grown up, can't imagine a 20-year-old girl off of a McDonald's part-time salary being able to afford a property in Double Bay. Let me know in the comments down below if you're familiar with the Sydney property market, especially that 20 years ago. Let me know in the comments down below. I also read another article that she lived in a share house. She claimed she lived in a share house with a bunch of other girls in her early 20s. Maybe that 2-bedroom apartment in Double Bay that she bought at 20 was the share house she's referring to, or maybe she bought that and then was living in another share house in her early 20s. I'm not really sure. I do really appreciate that she acknowledges that what she was able to accomplish at just 20 years old is not possible in today's financial climate. She said this year in a recent interview. She was promoting a giveaway she was running. It was a giveaway for a $10 million Sydney property, along with other prizes up for grabs. And please stick around. And later on in this video, we're going to break down this whole train wreck of a giveaway. It's really, really wild, so stick around for that. There are also some reports that she actually purchased her second Sydney home at the age of 25, which was just a year after launching her PR business. Her PR business, which is now ended, was called Sweaty Betty, and this was apparently a highly successful PR agency. But she does also claim that a lot of her success and a lot of her wealth is from smart and early investments in her 20s, and I think she's mainly referring to property investments. She started this business at the age of 24 with no experience. She worked for a PR agency for 4 months. She had no uni degree, no qualifications, and apparently no backing, and she was able to launch this highly successful PR agency. She held this PR agency for just shy of 20 years, and she actually closed it down in 2022. I want to delve into her LinkedIn profile with you because that's where we're really going to be able to see exactly everything that she is publicly showing that she's got going on or that she has engaged in the past. The most recent venture, she expanded to taking on the role of creative director for 270X, which is a phone accessory range sold through PhoneKing. And she posts and promotes a lot. I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of products, I'm thinking, they look really good. Like, I kind of want an umbrella for my phone when I'm tanning. She's also the current director of the Ministry of Talent, which is a global creative talent management group that specializes in digital influencers, and it claims to be Australia's first dedicated influencer management agency. She was also the founder of XRJ Celebrations from 2020 to 2022, and it's basically a candle brand. She also was the founder of Roxy Jasenko Accessories, and this ran from 2019 to 2022. She was also the director of Pixie's Picks. Pixie's Picks is the parent company of Pixie's Bows and Pixie's Fidgets. Remember Pixie Bows and Pixie's Fidgets, because we will be talking about this in a whole separate section later on in today's video. So remember Pixie's Bows and Pixie's Fidgets. She is also, like I mentioned, the founder and director of Sweaty Betty, 2004 to 2022. She was also the co-founder of 18 Communications, which was another PR and marketing agency. She was also the founder and director of Social Union from 2018 to 2021, and it was again a social media content creation and management agency. As you can tell, she's had a lot going on, and at this current time, she also has a lot going on. She works a lot, and that's not including the, I think, 4 books she's written, speaking events and engagements that she partakes in. Her stint on Celebrity Apprentice, a reality TV show, another reality TV show called SAS here in Australia, and her very short-lived own reality TV show called I Am Roxy.
I think my biggest part of being able to have that supposed work-life balance is not worrying about a work-life balance. You know, I think it's the less you worry about it, the better off you are. I probably don't have a good life-work balance, but what I do know is my children are very happy, my business is thriving, and if it means I sleep for 4 hours a night, it means I sleep for 4 hours a night. I spend no time worrying about how I'm going to fit things in. My biggest suggestion is just do it while the opportunity's there, because if you don't, it will pass you by.
She's even claimed she finds doing her emails relaxing, and she's also stated that I think an hour or 2 hours after giving birth, she was literally in the hospital bed doing her emails, okay? So she works basically 24/7.
She was such a busy woman. What do you do to relax?
Maybe flooding would have been smarter. But
for me, doing my emails on my laptop when I get home is like my thing.
You've got no spare time.
One thing that I've learned very early on in business is that you can be the one who sits and rests.
Why does it do that?
You can be the one who's always looking to seize the next opportunity. Call me crazy, a workaholic, whatever you may like. I get off on work. I love it. So my downtime is my email.
I do want to first take some time to appreciate what I think is good about Roxy Jasenko. So like I said, she works really hard. And a lot of her interviews that I found myself watching, I found myself really inspired, and I found myself really motivated. She does also give quite a bit of money to charity, which I also think is quite admirable. She doesn't seem to let anything stop her.
If you fail, don't worry, pick yourself up and keep going.
Which could also be to her detriment. But anyway, those are just some things that I find really inspiring about Roxy Jasenko. Being the queen of PR, she's not only known for the work and the promotion that she does for her clients, I also think, potentially more notably, she is known for the self-promotion, and I'd almost go so far as to say the promotion and exploitation of her family and her personal life. She has shared what seems like everything. Like I said, she's quite polarizing. I think a lot of people either love her or hate her. I think she has a lot of enemies and haters and people in Sydney that she's potentially rubbed the wrong way. There was a few incidents with her PR agency where she had people graffitiing or defacing her agency building. She did actually have a woman caught on camera taking multiple shots outside of her building.
It's disgusting.
Now, I don't know if that was a targeted pooping attack or if it was just a random pooping attack, but this woman had toilet paper. She had toilet paper, so she knew she wanted to take the crap somewhere. I don't know if she chose Sweaty Betty, Roxy Jasenko's PR agency out of pure coincidence or if it was a targeted attack. She's also been dragged by former talent. There was also a really good point that was brought up in this one podcast that I want to share with you. It was an interview with Roxy Jasenko. And I just want to take a moment to share this section of the clip because it might actually be a reason why she's hated or why she's quite a polarizing figure here in Australia. And I just want to share that with you.
Sometimes I feel like you're made for America because you're so about conspicuous consumption. Like everything that we're taught not to be in Australia, which is braggy, showing that you've got money, look at my fancy car, look at my expensive shoes, look at my expensive handbags. You get destroyed here if you are that, you know? The poppy gets cut down to size because it's seen as not being humble, not having humility. Where does that come from with you? Is it that you're really proud? You're just like, I'm proud. I can afford to buy a Bentley or I can afford to buy this handbag because I work hard.
That's what it comes down to. You know,
I'm proud.
I think the reality of it is I was a girl who was at school. I got 14 out of 100 in my HSC.
She basically goes on again to share what I've already shared about how she was really bad at school and she works hard for everything she's had, etc., etc. Going back to her point, though, about it's not really the done thing here in Australia. I do just want to take a moment to touch on that. I know a large part of my audience isn't Australian, and I think while we're getting into today's video, my opinions and thoughts I'm sharing, I also want you to take into consideration the Australian culture, because there is such a thing as tall poppy syndrome here. It's not the done thing. It is true here in Australia.
So that's not
It's
streaming,
not the done
it's just...
thing.
What?
We are taught to not brag, not show off, not flex, to be humble.
I'm so confused.
And I think that's
streaming?
potentially
Is it not
where a
streaming?
lot of her haters, the hatred for Roxy Jacenko and her
Am I, like,
flashiness
actually
comes
just
from, because
making a
she
video,
does
a live
wear a lot
video?
of nice things. She
Nice. Oh, well.
lives a very lavish, luxurious lifestyle. And I feel the need to kind of point that out. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below where you're from and what it's like for you, because I do think that in American culture it is more accepted than it is here. However, I mean, now we could potentially even talk about the rising crime and the current economic climate that's potentially changing that a little bit. But I do think that stereotypically here in Australia it's not as much the done thing. Going back to my point about her documenting and sharing everything online and everything being public knowledge, she's shared a lot and she's had a lot spoken about her and a lot of news articles written about her. Just some things that jumped out while I was researching her before we get into like the real scandally, dramatic, potentially illegal, bad things. She, back in 2017, was actually diagnosed with breast cancer. The whole thing was documented on our mainstream media channels.
Do you have an image problem?
I don't think I've got an image problem.
I mean, there's a problem, isn't there, when you announce that you have breast cancer and people's first reaction is cynicism?
Yeah, but, you know, jealousy's a curse. You know, I don't know what people would be jealous of. Whatever I've got, I've worked hard for.
But I'm not talking about the trolls online. I've had smart people, friends of mine, normal people out there, who have questioned the timing.
Well, they're not normal, Alison. Change your friends, because that's not a kind person. If someone I knew was in my position and they had been diagnosed with cancer some 3 weeks after their husband went to jail, I certainly wouldn't be having an opinion on is that convenient timing. You know what I'd say? What can I do to help them?
Now, I know you just heard in that clip, husband going to jail. Like, oh, we've got a lot to get through, But I just want to take a second to talk about this, because I do believe that she genuinely was going through the breast cancer diagnosis and that she didn't do it and didn't publicize it out of sympathy, or it wasn't convenient timing. I don't agree with that at all, and I don't like that narrative, and I do feel the need to state that. Even though I know that this clip is regarding the breast cancer, I'm not necessarily talking about the breast cancer, I'm just talking about as a whole in general, this argument of people disagree with me, people critique me, or people don't like me or like my actions because they're jealous. I get this in my comments. Oh, Caitlin, like, you're just talking about these people, or you just don't like these people because you're jealous.
You're just jealous.
You can actually disagree with someone's lifestyle, critique someone, not like someone or their actions because of other reasons. It's not necessarily tied to jealousy. With her breast cancer diagnosis, there was this one particular clip. I actually agree with the Roxy Jacenko, and I don't necessarily like the angle that this journalist kind of came at. It seemed very insensitive. Just for some context, during her breast cancer diagnosis,
every time
it was recommended for her to get her boobs removed, and she didn't want to do that. And the journalist said, they're just boobs.
They're just boobs.
No, I know, and look,
and yours are fake anyway.
Wow.
Now,
wow.
Again, they may be fake, but she still has her boobs under there. And in that moment, I really resonated with Roxy. The idea of having your
I don't know why I'm
breasts
watching
fully
this. This is not interesting. Is he jizzy on my face, bro?
In the mid-90s, a Windows screensaver called 3D Workers Island, or 3dwi.scr, was released on a random virus-laden screensaver site. No creator, no image, and a one-line description that read, an island with people walking around on it. 3D Workers Island. It's the first project created by artist Tony Domenico since his breakthrough ARG, Petscop. And just like Petscop, 3D Workers Island is a fascinating and terrifying piece of horror fiction that will keep you up at night. Not because of any sudden jump scares or scary monsters, but because of the eerie atmosphere, the unanswered questions, and the disturbing implications. 3D Workers Island is a story that blurs the lines between reality and fiction. It's a story of hushed voices and cover-ups, and ultimately, a story of abuse. Viewer discretion is advised as we explore the horrifying world of 3D Workers Island. 3D Workers Island was released by Tony Domenico, also known as Pressed Yes, on the 26th of October 2024. Domenico had previously teased a Lego Island-inspired project, which was planned to be a 10-plus hour video of a virtual island and its inhabitants that viewers could periodically check back in on. This was obviously very ambitious in scope, and he eventually decided to shelf it and instead release something similar but on a smaller scale. This is largely based on an ambitious fake screensaver video project that I worked on for years on and off but abandoned. I'm trying to break through the paralysis of trying to follow Petscop by finishing something smaller. With how huge Petscop was and how seminal it was in the online horror and ARG community, it's no wonder that its creator felt a ton of pressure to follow it up with something great. Thankfully, he didn't need to worry, as 3D Workers Island is every bit as brilliant, dark, and disturbing as its predecessor. Now, 3D Workers Island isn't a game, nor is it an ARG. It's a short horror story told through roughly 300 images which you can click through. It's available for free on itch.io and in browser at yesthread.com/3dwhisker, and I cannot recommend enough that you play through this experience before watching this video. It's about a 10 to 15 minute experience, completely free, and runs entirely in your web browser using the arrow keys. Please trust me when I say that this is something that you should experience for yourself, form your own opinions on, and then come back here for a full analysis and rundown. Please also be warned that 3D Workers Island contains disturbing themes, specifically relating to that of abuse, so if that is something that is triggering or upsetting for you, please be warned. I won't be showing or talking about anything super graphic in this video, but the implications and themes are there, and we will be discussing them, so please be warned. It's also worth noting that the story jumps around a lot between forum posts, gameplay, web pages, and private messages, and not everything is sequential. If it feels like we're jumping around a lot, we are. The story is just kind of like that, but don't worry, it will all come together eventually. With all of that out of the way, let's take a deep dive into one of the most brilliant horror experiences of 2024, 3D Workers Island. 3D Workers Island, nicknamed 3D Whisker by players after its file name 3dwi.scr, is a 3D screensaver program for PCs created sometime around 1997. For those who may be unfamiliar with the concept of a 3D screensaver, many early Windows builds, such as Windows 95 and 98, allowed you to choose from a selection of pre-made animations which would then play on your computer when it became idle. Some of the most iconic Windows screensavers include the Windows 95 Maze screensaver, which would generate an endless maze for the computer to idly navigate through, the Windows 95 building block screensaver, which generated random towers and landscapes of cubes, and the Windows 95 pipe screensaver, which was popular among both elementary school children and stoned college students for being endlessly captivating and watchable. And this is the premise of 3D Workers Island, a screensaver that is not only endlessly watchable, but has endless possibilities and endless secrets. The 3D Workers Island screensaver depicts a small island with 2 trees, a patch of flowers, a wooden picnic bench, a small beach, and a bright red house with no windows. There are 6 characters who inhabit this island, and as your computer goes idle, it simulates these characters as they go about their day, interacting and performing a seemingly infinite number of actions and behaviors. See, 3D Whisker isn't just any boring, repetitive screensaver, but one which is powered by an extremely complex and unknown form of AI. It garnered a huge following of dedicated users who became obsessed with cataloging and sharing each and every new interaction they could find. A woman named Pat Lawler, known online as P. Lawler, set up a website called the 3D Whisker Discovery Pages, dedicated to discovering and sharing the endless stories which unfolded within the screensaver. The About page enthuses about the genius of 3D Whisker, reading in part, in 3D Workers Island, 6 characters interact on a tiny island with complex and unpredictable results. Every session tells a different story of the island. Many have found it to be compelling on levels both emotional and technical. T2's top software gave it a 10 out of 10 score and wrote about its characters. You will find yourself relating to them and understanding them. They may even anger and confound you at times. The events that occur in 3D Whisker are not scripted. They unfold dynamically, and every session is different, which means you are guaranteed to see things that none of us have seen before. Pat also makes a brief warning about spreading tall tales on the forum, and though this seems random, we'll soon discover that there are a lot of of tall tales that surround the screensaver. While Pat is the voice of authority throughout the story, running the 3D Whisker Discovery pages and moderating the forum, she did not create the screensaver. Quote, "The original source of the program is unknown. It was discovered at 3D Screensavers Palace, one of many aggregates of screensaver programs appropriated from sources across the internet. The owner of that website, by his own admission, sourced it from a similar screensaver aggregate and could not recall which one. It has not been found." On the 3D Screensavers Palace site, 2 other screensavers with a measly 36 and 70 downloads respectively are shown. 3D Workers Island, on the other hand, has 6,217 downloads, showing just how popular it has become among internet users. As we advance through the next few pages, we see the installation wizard for 3D Workers Island, watch the program as it installs, and get to see some of the very few pieces of text actually written by the game's anonymous creator. Whoever they are, they really like to capitalize all of their sentences. Thank you for installing my program. If you enjoy 3D Workers Island, please spread the word online. It would be much appreciated. Also consider reading the readme.txt file because it contains a lot of interesting and useful information about the screensaver. The readme.txt mainly just contains information about downloading and starting the program, however there are a few interesting tidbits in here. 3D Workers Island is an experimental 3D simulation screensaver for PCs with advanced worker simulation. Workers are an approach to computation. 3D Workers Island takes advantage of the resources in the world. Welcome to the world and the computer. This technology... and then it cuts off. After this, the program opens up with a title screen and an introduction to the 6 3D workers who live on the island. There's Pat, who is probably the most detailed model. She has a short blonde bob, a teal cardigan, and a blue skirt with stars on it. Rebecca is dressed in a chef's outfit and has bright red hair. Joe appears to be some sort of mailman, maybe? He has a yellow and brown uniform, a cap with a logo on it, and one sleeve pulled up to reveal a watch. Amber and Holland are the 2 children of the island, and wear a pink striped shirt and a blue long sleeve respectively. Lastly, Grace has short dark brown hair and a purple shirt and is notably facing away. This is a running theme, and you'll notice as we go through the story that Grace is never shown facing towards us. The program then begins and we get to see 3D Workers Island in all of its glory, playing on our idle PC screen. The island is still and empty before Joe emerges from the house with a watering can and proceeds to water the flowers. Amber follows, walking out onto the island. Amber and Joe look at each other and Joe begins to walk towards her. This is our first introduction to the world and the computer. Before we can watch any more, the next page cuts to the 3D Whisker Discovery Pages forum where users are excitedly hyping up the screensaver and talking about how much they're enjoying it. Hey, I just want to say that this thing is so cool. My eyes are glued to it. I'm mesmerized. I just want to keep it on all day and see what the people are up to. But my brother needs the computer for his work, sad face. What do you all think? And what's happening on your island today? Yeah, it's a hidden gem of the internet. It kills that Johnny Castaway thing my uncle thinks is so good. This is better because the people are like real people you're watching and you never know what's gonna happen next. I've seen dancing and squirming, the baffling games they play with objects, the awkward intimacy that looks like hugging sometimes and other times looks, pornographic, frankly. The next scene shows all 6 3D workers hanging out on the island. Rebecca, being the chef of the group, is grilling burgers, which Amber and Joe sit down to enjoy. Grace, again facing away from the camera, is sitting alone at the side of the island. Holland is running around, playing with a doll, which she drops in the water. Pat appears to be watching her. The camera then zooms up on Pat, Amber, and Holland on the beach at the bottom of the island. Holland, laying down with her doll, is delivered a burger. Meanwhile, something's going on with Amber and Pat. It's hard to decipher exactly what's going on in a lot of these scenes since the models are so simple and faceless, but there are 2 scenarios I think may be likely. A, Pat is pointing out to the sea, or maybe even towards the viewer with Amber following her gaze. Or B, Pat is smacking Amber with her arm moving in an arc and Amber recoiling from the smack. As we'll discover, there's a lot more to Pat and Amber than meets the eye. Back on the forums, a user called Earl Egger is complaining that he doesn't get the hype around the screensaver. I'm starting up the program and watching it and nothing is happening. The people are standing around, sitting around, looking around, walking around. They don't have faces, so I don't know what they're feeling or thinking. I don't know, what's going on here, guys? User Ned Hucker replies, "Actually, it does become entertaining over time. You just have to keep watching. I think you'll be surprised by what you see, but you do kind of have to be open to it. You have to be cool. Be cool and things will be shown to you. Personally, I love the screensaver. It's so fucked up." This is the first mention of having to be open to the game in order to experience some sort of deeper layer of meaning, and is also the first mention of the game being messed up or weird in some way. Things begin to take a turn on the forums with another thread simply titled, "Who is your favorite character?" Amber. No question, Amber. Amber's the answer. If I had to choose a favorite, tough one. JK, it's Amber. Fuck everyone else. I'm offended that the question is even being posed, but I understand. You don't know any better. You're better off this way. I know we're not supposed to talk about these topics here, but can we at least be honest when it comes to questions like this? I'm not gonna pretend my favorite character is Holland or Grace or somebody else just so things can stay clean on this forum. A user called Buddy responds with confusion, quote, "Can someone fill me in on the joke here? What's wrong with the other characters?" Buddy's question is left unanswered. Why are the users of this forum all so obsessed with a fictional child from a Windows screensaver? And in fact, why are they so obsessed with the screensaver itself? Many forum users speak of it with this obsessive reverence, unable to take their eyes off it, captivated, even running it on multiple PCs throughout their house. The forum users may have reason to be interested in Amber though. The story shows us multiple strange scenes involving the child as they play out on the screensaver. In one scene, we see Rebecca sitting on a picnic bench while Amber mows the lawn. However, as she walks towards the side of the island, she clips off of it onto the water and around the back of the house, disappearing from view. In a later scene, Amber emerges from behind the house, this time carrying a wheelbarrow full of red balls down to the water. Pat watches on while Holland sits on the ground playing with a rock. Another scene depicts Amber and Holland sitting together in the sand at the bottom of the island. Amber reaches towards Holland, both arms outstretched in what looks like a hug. However, Holland immediately gets up and walks inside, leaving Amber sitting dejectedly in the sand. And perhaps the most concerning interaction, we see a close-up of the side of the house. Pat backs Amber into a wall, appearing to push her in some sort of confrontation. Eventually, Amber slumps against the wall where Pat leers over her. Halfway through the story, we cut to an AOL Instant Messenger chat, the only one throughout the whole story. A user called Miss Toothpaste recounts a recent trip to her cousin's house for Thanksgiving, where they went for a nighttime walk and he scared her with spooky stories about ghosts and murderers. In order to change the subject, Miss Toothpaste brought up the 3D Workers Island screensaver, which her cousin knew about to her surprise. In the same tone as when he was talking about the scary murderers, he began telling her about conspiracies within the screensaver, giving her a long list of ominous things to pay attention to, all revolving around the girl in the pink shirt, Amber. At one point, the other user in the chat, EdwardSuck0, chimes in writing, "Oh, he's one of those Amber shitheads. Those people basically took down that old Discovery Pages website years ago. Ruined a good thing." Miss Toothpaste continues, saying that she and her cousin stayed up until 2 AM watching 3D Whisker on an old, slow computer. At one point it froze, and her cousin said that it wasn't really frozen, and that the program actually does that on purpose to quote-unquote hide things that are happening. Several more island scenes play out, none of which make very much sense. Joe sits in a chair which is glitched out and floating above the water. As always, facing away from the camera, Grace stares at him while Holland comes out of the house holding a floor lamp which she places on the ground. Pat and Rebecca glitch into one another in an act that could be loving and affectionate or violent and combative. Meanwhile, Amber sits, silently watching. Joe sits at the picnic table with the kids, looking around before getting up to pick some flowers and walking away. Joe reads a book while Grace sits, again facing away from the camera. A random grey book and a mixer sit randomly on the ground. Pat walks over to the beach and appears to look around. She makes eye contact with Joe before spinning around and walking away towards the house past Rebecca. Holland glitches out, walking into the wall of the house as if trying to get in. The final scene on the island shows Grace, alone, staring out at the water. There is then a transition screen showing many multicolored balls falling from the sky and piling up on the ground. A red title card then reads, "Recession of the Islands." We see a zoomed up image of a wheelbarrow with 6 red balls floating in the water. They slowly sink or recede into the ocean. The screen slowly begins to zoom out, the island getting smaller and smaller before the screen is broken up into 25 smaller screens and everything goes red. This brings us to the end of 3D Workers Island by Tony Domenico. From the strange posts on the 3D Whisker Discovery page's forum to the odd behavior from the island inhabitants themselves, it's clear that something deeper and darker is going on behind this innocent screensaver. The screensaver's creator is unknown, and it was uploaded to a random obscure screensaver download site, and yet it has thousands of fans and a dedicated fan site. The screensaver is simple, just blocky characters walking around an island and performing actions, and yet it's consistently praised as brilliant, captivating, and complex due to its AI. And the characters themselves, well, they act in strange and unnerving ways, to say the least. Okay, so frowny face. I almost didn't want to ask this at all, but I keep hearing certain implications about the screensaver that I don't want to repeat here, but you probably know what I'm talking about. I think maybe it's supposed to be a joke, but if so, I don't find it funny at all. Can somebody give me some more info about this? Turn back now. Don't go any further. Stop. For your own peace of mind, stop this line of inquiry now and do something else. Don't become another one of us freaks. Seriously, I wish I could go back to enjoying the screensaver normally. I want to be a normal person again. Please, God, let me forget. There are links that can be provided. If you really want them, I can send them to your email. Just let me know. I'm no coward. Here's the link. P. Lawler, no, link removed. Go ahead, enjoy. This link is Pandora's box. Once you open it and discover the deepest, darkest layers of 3D Workers Island, you can never unsee it, and it will change your entire perspective on the story. If you couldn't tell, this is where the story gets dark. Really dark, so again, viewer discretion is advised. The site opens up with an introductory launch page. The windows of my living room, covering the walls with wide views of my front and backyards, fill the room with light during the day and an air of vulnerability during the night. My brother crashes here. He sleeps on the couch against the back windows. Sometimes we sit together, looking out those windows, and tell stories about the house beyond my backyard. A man lives in that house with his 2 sons. The curtains are closed, and we imagine our own childhood replaying itself behind them. It's just a stupid game, really, making up stories about the neighbor. I think of it as a way to bond over past experiences. Somehow we get emotional about it anyway, but not emotional enough to do anything, because of course it's a stupid game. There's no point in worrying about those children based on feelings and intuition alone. Still, we both find that our dreams become more vivid with time. Lately we've grown exhausted of that game, but I recently downloaded 3D Workers Island. It plays on a PC in the corner of my living room. When it starts, you're on an island. There are people around, but they don't do much, not when they're outside anyway. Naturally, you wonder what they might be doing inside the windowless red house in the background. That's when things start to go wrong, when you start wondering that. And now we begin another game. As in life, concern begets more concern. The reality is always worse than you think it is. No matter how much you learn, it's always worse. And the only escape is to stop asking, to stop digging, to stop learning. This is your chance to...
We have to watch something fucking different. I can't, man. I need something proper to watch. Right. What were we up to on this? Yes.
With eyes.
Who did you fuck?
No one. I mean, I tried to with Christopher, but...
You with Christopher?
No.
What about David?
I never did it with him. Ever.
Ever?
Hmm?
Never.
That's just not true.
What about Karen? Why is it okay for you when it's not okay for me?
I never did it with Karen.
Huh?
Is that what she said? Oh my God.
That's bullshit.
She pointed
Seriously,
a loaded gun at me. I turned and walked away for Christ's sake.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's fucked.
Well, then why were you always coming over to see her?
I came over one time. And that time was to see you.
I can't believe Twitch is fucking with you again. Actual bastards, bro.
You want to go into the woods?
Is that what you really want to do?
No.
What do you want to do? What? Tell me.
It's stupid.
Tell me.
Okay. Take your shoes off. Take your jacket off.
Okay.
Now lie on your back. Okay, now give me your legs.
Alright. Engagement? Okay, go to streaming tools, sure. Extreme Labs. What? Yeah. Okay, my Twitch. Wait, so I just get to claim it? Oh shit. Is that just Pokemon that I'm getting for? That's my sound. Yep, makes sense. Okay. I'll do that. Do that later. That's just not even true. Alright. Huh, that's bullshit. Multi-stream. How do I add another Twitch? How many streams do you go now? No, okay. Connected, bro. What? I don't understand what I'm doing. I can change my account, right? Account settings. Profile information, yes. What is it at the moment? I'm so fucking confused. Okay, but now what? Platforms? Yeah, unmerge my Twitch. Okay. Wait, really? Is that still the case? It's not true. Cool. That's all I need. I don't need to make an actual link. That shouldn't work last time. Yep. Great. TikTok works. But I need to go to my TikTok to get my key settings. Yeah, I know what that means. Oh, well, whatever. Right, why did it tweak so much? That can't be true. Still. Really? Yeah, see? It's like fucks my session, isn't it? Yeah, thought so. Okay.